Okay, so today I'm going to show you what I did to optimize my Arch Hyprland for gaming. So I've used QuickShell to create an OSD where I can just press a button and it does a few things for optimization to get the CPU and RAM resources back so that it can use it for the gaming. And then when I'm done gaming, I can just press it again and it switches back to all my nice looking things in Hyprland. So let me just show you how it looks. But first, this picture is crazy. This wallpaper. So it's very nice, but it's very disturbing actually. Look at this. This is obviously a good guy coming from the light, going into darkness. But anyway, let me show you my OSD. So if I press a key combination, it will just slide out this OSD box that I created in QuickTime, not QuickTime, I keep saying QuickTime, QuickShell. It just basically says system normal. So this is the normal system, meaning if I open a terminal, you see the slide in and all of that animation stuff and the blurred background. All of this stuff takes up resources away from your PC. So if you keep running this and you're running a game, the game might stutter. But obviously if you have a beast of a PC, it doesn't really matter. But it's nice to do actually. So I've opened that, and if I go to a new workspace, you can see that everything just slides nicely and it dwindles nicely and it slides out, in and out, and so on. So it looks nice. Right, so if I close that, let me just open my little, what should I call this? Gaming optimizer. So it's got a heading. It shows you the CPU usage and RAM usage. I think that goes well with what this does. So there's two buttons, activate and deactivate. So before I want to play a game, I can just activate it. And what's nice, I made a flashy border. So it's actually running now. And it says game mode. Game mode. Right. I don't know how much resource I get back really, but it must be something, because if I open a terminal now, it just pops up. So it doesn't slide in, doesn't have a nice animation or anything like that. It just shows. If I go to a new workspace, the same thing. It just goes there quickly. Nice and snappy though, but I like the sliding effect of things though. That's why I'm using it. Right, and that is how that works. So if I open it again, I can now just deactivate it and you will see the blur coming back and all of that. And then if I open something, now it slides again nicely. So let's quickly go to the, so it's got a QML file and a script. Obviously the script basically just strips away some of the niceties and so on. Where is it now? Oh yeah, QuickShell, not QuickTime. QuickShell, and then I call it GameMode QML. If we open that, this is basically just all the settings to create the OSD. So is there anything I wanted to show in here? Not really. This basically just creates the QML file. I actually want to show you the script quickly, if I can find the script. So yeah, so the QML, obviously if I press the button, it calls the script. GameMode.sh, that's the script. It's just a small script. So all that it does is, oh yeah, the other thing that it does is it actually checks for the program Ferel GameMode. So it's a program that optimizes your CPU and RAM as well. So it just boosts your CPU for better gaming. And yeah, yeah, it does a few things. I'm not sure now what it does, but it actually works quite well. So this is like a third-party software that you have to install. So when you run this, and this actually checks if Ferel GameMode is installed or not. If it's not, it will just show you a message here. If you want to install it, use this command, like sudo pacman, whatever the command is, or yay or whatever, and then you can just manually install it. I can make it where it will just install it, but people doesn't like that. They like to install their own stuff. But you don't have to install it. If you don't want to bother with your CPU and RAM and so on, then you don't have to. It just gives you a little message. Right, so it checks for that, gives you a message. And then the other thing that it does for optimization, it actually pauses. Let me just see now. So like Brave. So I'm running Brave. You can do this for Firefox or Zen, whatever browser you're using. Browsers takes up a lot of resources. So if you run your browser in the background and you load a game, you know, it's a lot of resources. And you don't want to close, sometimes you don't want to close your browser. So it pauses the browser. So I wonder if it will work now. I'm going to open Brave. Yeah, so I'm using Gemini obviously, because there's no ways that I can do all of this without it. If I run into issues. Right, so I can interact with Brave just fine, but if I activate this, as you can see, I can't interact with Brave now. It basically pauses it. So 0 CPU usage. It just sits there. It freezes it in time. So I can't, oh, you can still drag it though, but you can't interact with it. So I can't click on tabs, nothing. Same with Firefox, all the other browsers, you can just put it in there. So if I deactivate this, now I can use it again. Yeah, there you go. So let's just close that. That is the one thing that it does. Same with Discord, because most people have Discord installed. And then the HyperCTL keyword, the decorations of Hyprland. It's usually a blur that takes up most processing, like this. And the animations, the sliding effects and all of that. So I basically just put those two in, but you can go deeper and strip away pretty much everything. Even this rounded corners takes up a little bit, but I mean, it's so minimal. Oh yeah, and here's the if statement that if you have Ferel GameMode installed and I say activate, it will actually run Ferel GameMode and it will optimize your CPU for high performance. It's all built into here. Right, and then if I say deactivate, it will just deactivate Bing Brave and Discord and whatever other software you have in here. It will bring it back to life without closing them. And then it will bring back the blur and the animation. So you can add a bunch of other stuff here to optimize your system. But I think it's a nice start, basically. It's a nice start. I mean, you can automate this where it detects gaming mode, but I couldn't get it to work. It was a bit weird. So I rather just manually click it and I know it's actually on. So yeah, that is, yeah, I've got nothing in notes. That is basically game mode optimization. If I run it, but the whole thing is the OSD. I like these OSDs. It is just the best. Got all my information in here. Doesn't look nice. Like I haven't really raised this OSD more, but yeah, you can make it look way nicer. You can actually take each of these sections and make separate OSDs, or just one, or whatever. Yeah, so that's basically it. So like and subscribe if you like this, and give me some feedback on what you're doing. Let me just kill this. Look at this nice picture wallpaper. So yeah, Good.